Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How is everybody doing tonight on a Wednesday night? Come on in, everybody. Come on in. Come on in. Hello. I want to say hello to Jackie, Debbie Nelson, Rita R, Gail, Audrey D, Gloria, Kathy S, Crooked Arrow, Lenny. Let's see who else we got in here. Gloria. Frankie. Hello, Frankie. Come on in, everybody. Sammy, Frankie, Kathy, Gloria, Mama Five. Not Mama Four, Mama Five. I'm having some chicken tortilla soup. Enough. I've had enough of this rain. Me too. Hey, Julia. Hello, Julia Ann. Hello, hello, hello. Come on in, y'all. We got a lot to talk about. How many of y'all have heard of DOGE? Elon Musk's DOGE. So, Elon Musk is DOGE is where he is actually going into our tax records. And hello, Dee Dee. I love you. I love you. I love you. Hey, Julianne. Um, he's actually going into our past tax dollars and seeing what has been spent. And oh my God, you all, the things that they have been spending our tax money on is absolutely ridiculous. And Americans need to be outraged. So, do you know how when FEMA said that they didn't have enough funds to fund Western North Carolina when they were flooded and people were living in tents and actually freezing to death? Well, that was a lie. Elon Musk found out that they spent $59 million sent to New York City for a luxury hotel for immigrants to stay in. $59 million to immigrants to stay in a luxury hotel in New York City instead of sending it to Western North Carolina for the people that were living out in the streets. And I'm going to show you all that. People are outraged. Now, the head woman of FEMA, was told not to do it again, and she did it anyways, and Trump fired her. But I do believe that there should be charges against her for going ahead and doing it against Trump's will. Now, Trump is working to get those funds back, but that's just the tip of the iceberg, you all. There were, how many was it? Was there 50,000 for condoms? For condoms for over in Ethiopia? Was it Ethiopia? For condoms for Ethiopia. Oh, there's a whole list. We're going to go over it, you all. I'm bringing receipts. You would not believe. Americans need to be outraged because our money has been going, hey, Audrey Presley, our money has been going to complete and thorough waste. Our tax dollars. No, Trump said it will be in the trillions when they find out. Did you see where they locked out the Congress, the Democratic Congress, from the Department of Education because they're investigating the Department of Education now to see where all that money went? The Democrats are throwing a huge fit. Whatever happened to taking care of our own? Exactly. Like they cannot stand it. They are throwing fits. And I'll show you all that too. Y'all, I got receipts, but let me tell you, they are scared to death that Trump is going to arrest them. And he needs to. He absolutely needs to arrest them. Okay. Here is some of the things that Doge a lot of people are outraged, and I don't know why people on TikTok are very outraged, but I don't know why people on YouTube is not outraged, and more people need to know what Elon Musk is doing. The left is throwing fits, but I loved it that they locked him out of the Department of Education, so they, because they don't want investigations to go on in the Department of Education because there's more money. Trump said it would be close to $1 trillion that they have been wasting of our money. Elon Musk actually wants Trump to give us a substantial allowance of income tax back for the money that has been stolen. Yeah, Chelsea Clinton got $8 million, $85 million, 3 million on a wedding, 10 million for a house. Yeah, instead of Aiden Haiti. Yeah, yeah. Chelsea Clinton got $85 million. Also, they're investigating. Hello, Nikita Marie. Also, they're investigating why people like Pelosi has millions of dollars in their bank account and they only make 200,000 a year. Like they're going all out, and I am glad. These mofos need to go to jail for stealing and frauderish. If that was us being fraudulent like that, you all, oh, you don't even want to know about the stuff that they're doing to cats in another country that they've donated for. That's a whole different ballgame, and I'm going to show you. In California, so far, over 30 billion have been spent on immigrants. It's averaged 7,000 per person monthly. Yes, yes. Is that not disgusting? They can't even. We are paying our taxes, and I mean they are eating us alive in taxes right now. People can't even afford to live, and giving it to immigrants. And I don't see why more Americans are not outraged. But here we go. I'm gonna let y'all listen.
Today's DOGE report comes to you courtesy of Senator Rand Paul's annual Festivus report. Now, I want you to understand this video is not satire. I repeat, this is not a joke. These are actual items that we as taxpayers have already obligated ourselves for because that money is spent, okay? And this is just a small fraction of those items that are there. And if you want to fact check me, just Google for Rand Paul Festivus report, and you can find these for yourself as well. So I'm going to go through these rather quickly. Please watch until the end because number 25, it's just stupid. All right. Number one, we've been spending $10 billion a year on maintaining empty federal office buildings. Number two, we gave the city of Las Vegas a $12 million grant to build a pickleball complex. Number three, the State Department spent $330,000 censoring conservative media. Number four, Health and Human Services gave $2 million for a study to see how kids reacted to food advertisements on Facebook. Number five, $8 million in stolen COVID relief funds was used by a Florida man to buy an island, a private island. Number six, cocaine and lonely rats. The National Institutes of Health spent $419,470 to see if lonely rats were more likely to use cocaine than social rats. Newsflash, the lonely rats used more drugs than the social rats. Number seven, $15.5 billion was spent by the Department of Energy trying to convince us to buy electric cars we don't want. Number eight, $4.8 million for Ukrainian influencers. Don't know what the hell we're doing that for. Number nine, $365,000 for a circus. The National Endowment for the Arts spent $365,000 promoting circuses in public parks. All right, number 10, $3 million for girl-centered climate action in Brazil. The government spent $3 million trying to promote climate activism by women in Brazil or girls in Brazil. How stupid can we be? All right, $873,000 to fund films in the country of Jordan. Why would we do such a thing? All right, we're about halfway done. Number 12, $345,000 to fight terrorism with soccer. I guess we're going to teach terrorists to play soccer instead of being terrorists. That's just a bad idea and a huge waste of money. Number 13, we gave $700 million to a failed trucking company. You know, those funds should have went to disaster relief for those impacted by the hurricanes and the wildfires this year. Instead, that money was given to a trucking company that failed, and it's never to be returned. Number 14, $288,000 for diversity in bird watching. The National Science Foundation spent $288,563 to try and make bird watching groups more diverse. Well, what are we going to do next? Equity and stamp collecting. Now, number 15 is absolutely ridiculous, $892 billion in interest payments on our national debt. That's just interest payments. We're not paying anything off. We've all of a sudden became the uncle with 27 maxed out credit cards and bad credit. Number 16, we gave $500,000 to Ethiopia so they could expand their social media presence. Number 17, $7 million for magic related projects. $7 million was spent on various magic related projects, including a podcast about American magical belief. So what are we going to do next? Are we going to fund Hogwarts as well? Number 18, we spent $2.1 million for border security in the country of Paraguay. Meanwhile, we can't secure our own border. Number 19, $385,000 was spent for a giant 16-foot pigeon statue in New York City. I cannot imagine why somebody would want to put up a statue of a pigeon. We all know what pigeons do. They make a mess, and now we're putting up statues to those birds who make messes. What a huge waste of money. We also spent $20 million for fertilizer research abroad, meaning we did fertilizer research in Pakistan, Vietnam, Colombia, and Brazil. How about we keep that money for our American farmers? All right, number 21, we did spend $2.2 million on COVID experiments on cats. Number 22, we spent $123,000 to teach viral videos in the country of Kyrgyzstan. I think I got that right. $123,066 spent teaching Kyrgyzstan kids how to make viral videos. I'm sure that's exactly what their country needs, or a bunch of kids running around staring at their smartphones. All right, here's number 23, $1.5 million to spin kittens for science. $1.5 million was spent on spinning kittens to study.
Okay, so this 100 and some $million that were spent on kittens, they literally drill holes in these kittens' heads and insert like all different kinds of chemicals and make these cats like, and I want to put a trigger warning up for anybody that's delicate when it comes to cats. Make these cats like zombies, and there's a girl that'll explain it. Good night, Lenny. They have spent all that money to do this to cats. I like how people are mad at Elon may end up making money from all this, as he should. They made his they're mad he has many steps ahead of his game and where he works his butt off. Oh, I got to show you where they lock them out. They lock the Democrats out of the Department of Education and they throw a huge fit. But yes, this is what they're giving our money to torture, literal torture cats. Yeah, you would not believe there's more.
Motion sickness. Please make me understand how there is any scientific value to that at all. What a huge waste of money. Number 24, $720,479 for Mexican duck conservation. Meanwhile, our American ducks, they didn't get a dime. All right, number 25, the last one, $20 million for Sesame Street in Iraq. U.S. aid spent $20 million on a Sesame Street reboot in Iraq. Now, these things that I've just listed off here are a fraction of the $1 trillion in wasted money last year alone. And as I said, this is not satire. So if you want to go ahead and see if these are real and fact check me, feel free. Just go ahead and Google Rand Paul Festivus Report 2024, and you can dive into this as much as you want and see how bad your government has been wasting your money. So thanks for following. We hope DOGE does a great job of getting rid of this wasteful spending so we as taxpayers can reduce what we have to pay to the federal government. We can take care of ourselves and our families.
And this is just our taxes. This is not including all the other things that they're spending money on. Like there's a lot more. People are outraged, and they should be outraged. There is so much more. This is the one about the cats. What they're doing to the cats, you all. And I do want to put a trigger warning up about what they're doing to the cats. Like these freaking people are freaking animals. Like the people that was running our country has no consideration for our country at all. And I'm going to show you about some of these crazy people that's on the left in a minute.
They spent $1,513,299 to study kittens and motion sickness. But that's not the worst of it. So during the experiment, the kittens have holes drilled into their skulls, allowing the researchers to lock their heads into place during the spinning and shocking. But these aren't just ordinary cats. They're zombified before the real torment begins. Through a process known as decerebration, the researchers sever or completely remove parts of the kitten's brains while they're still alive. This leaves the kittens alive but devoid of any cognitive function, turning them into unresponsive shells that can be spun, shocked, and abused without resistance. And us taxpayers paid for that.
Yep, and it's on telling what else. Y'all, that's just the beginning of it. I mean, condoms, I think it was like 50,000 condoms. 50 million condoms. $50 million condoms over there in Ethiopia that they were paying for with our tax money. Ridiculous. Here we go.
Senator Elizabeth Warren wants to be clear on a few things. Shall we clear some things up?
I just want to be clear about what's going on here. Elon and his handful of friends now have full access to your personal and financial information that's in the system. Your payment history, your social security number, your bank account numbers.
Just a real quick news flash for anybody who's too stupid to understand that she's saying the quiet part out loud. The government in general has access to your payment history, your social security number, your banking information. Now, tell me, does it seem right? Now, is she really mad that he has access to her social security number, her banking information, and her payment history? Along with all the other fucking demo quacks. Yeah, I think that's really what it is. What, you thought this was about me and you? You thought the couple of $100 we keep in our account to pay the fucking bills was something she was really worried about protecting? You gotta be kidding me. No, it's the shit they do. The really nasty work they do. The money laundering they do. Yeah, that'll make you upset when somebody goes digging around in all your dirty laundry and finding all the skeletons in your closet. Elon wasn't elected. You know something? You were elected. You, Elizabeth Warren, and guess what you said? January 30th, 2025, and I motherfucking quote. I don't see where in the Constitution it states that everyday common American citizens need to know what we do with tax dollars. You gotta be kidding me, right? So is your argument that the everyday common citizen shouldn't know where their fucking common dollar goes in government? The common dollar you tax them off of everything? State tax, local tax, property tax, school tax, sales tax, federal income tax. And when you go to do your taxes, guess what? That gets taxed. So the everyday common citizen who gets taxed from here to kingdom fucking come shouldn't know where their money goes? And you trying to tell me about Elon Musk not being elected to find the fucking dirty work? In the words of those who work and bust their ass all over the world, but most certainly from New York, bitch, shut the fuck up. And in the words of the great Denzel Washington from Remember the Titans, when we ask Elon, will you ever quit? No, we want some more. We want some more. The jig is up, you quacks. It's time to pay the piper. Oh, God.
He yelled for me because that's how I feel. That's exactly how I feel about the situation that's going on with our country. That's exactly. Now, I'm going to show you all. Let's see. Here's another one. Hey, everybody, here's another one. Now, this woman that's on the left, she is having, the left is having a tantrum that Elon Musk is finding all this that's going on. He is finding billions of dollars of our tax money that have been absolutely wasted. And the left is having a complete, thorough meltdown. And I'll show you here in a minute where they lock them out of the Department of Education and they throw a complete and thorough fit, you all. And I love it.
Elon Musk is seizing power from the American people.
No, he's not. He's doing what the American people voted for. We voted for the Department of Government Efficiency to come in and clean up all the waste in the system. In order for them to do that, that requires them to have access to the financials and see where money is being sent. This isn't complicated, but let's let her continue.
Elon Musk spent $280 million to buy an election for Donald Trump. Now, Elon Musk is here to collect on his investment.
So what, is he going to steal the money out of my grandma's retirement account and deposit it in his account? What doing to collect on his investment? For one, he does not have the power to redirect any payments. He only has view-only access, but that's not convenient for the Democrats' fear-mongering. The reason he invested that money into the election is because he saw the Democratic Party as a threat to our civilization. He said this himself. I'm not saying this. He also has seen what the Democratic Party's ideals and values have done to one of his own children. But let's let her fear-mongering tirade continue.
He is here to seize power for himself. We are here to fight back. Yes.
They look so goofy. This is so goofy. They're just using the fact that he's wealthy and a billionaire, right, to manipulate people into supporting Democrats and hating Elon Musk so the Democrats can get back in power. That's all she's doing. And it's gross. Notice she never tells you how he's seizing power. He's a billionaire, he's rich, and he's got access, and he's doing everything for himself, and he bought an election. You should not vote for him or the Republicans. You should vote for us. We're good. We're moral. We're fighting against it. Shut up. No, you're not.
Yes.
You're manipulative.
Shut up.
Let's see how else this individual tries to.
Hey, Fireball.
Musk has grabbed control of America's payment system. Yes. This is the system that makes sure that your grandpa gets his Social Security check on time.
For one, he didn't grab control. He was given access to view where transactions are going. If his job is to eliminate unnecessary and wasteful spending, yes, he needs to be able to view where the money's going. So he has view-only access to the system. She's out here to that he has control of it, and then she's fear-mongering, trying to get people to freak out about, oh, my grandma's Social Security check, all my benefits, he might just rip it away. She's trying to scare you, and she should be called out for it. She's choosing specific words to paint a specific perception of what's happening when that is not actually accurate. For example, he grabbed control. No, he was given access by the federal government to view this and recommend what things should be cut. She wants to manipulate people's perception to get them to think something that's not true, so they will vote against the right. And she's also trying to destroy Elon Musk's reputation and his credibility. It's disgusting. They keep trying to manipulate people. We need to keep calling it out.
Amen, buddy. Amen. They are throwing complete and thorough tantrums because Elon Musk is finding out about their dirty little deeds, and they're not going to stop until they find out where all of our money has went throughout the years that they have been ripping people off. And how were they allowed to just give Chelsea Clinton $85 million? $85 million. Hey, Fireball. Love you too, honey. $85 million, y'all. Here they are at the Department of Education, and this is where they're locked out. Where did it go? I thought I shared it. Hang on. Darn it. I thought I shared that. Hang on, y'all. Let me see. I got to reshare it because I thought I shared it on here. Let's see. This is where they're locked out. Wait, I'm sharing it on the wrong one. Hang on, y'all. I got to sign out of this one. Hang on. I got to share it on the other one. It's killing their souls. They've been locked out of the Department of Education because they can't get in there and mess with shit. What they're trying to do to cover their tracks, and they locked them out. And they're like, "We're Congress. We can do what we want to do. Who are you?" Blah 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 blah. Well, they're the next thing that they're investigating is the Department of Education, and they're going to find out exactly what happened to the money that was supposed to be going to our school system. All right, here y'all go. Let me read some of the comments. Why don't the left be mad at the Dems for spending our money? Exactly. Yes, this is funny to see. This guy is misinformed. Musk and his team has read right access. Hey, Germany girl, how are you? They do need to be held accountable. Musk wants them to give Americans a tax refund for all the money that we've been freaking stole from us. Literally been stole. Trump said out of 40 countries, we are 40th in education. China is top 5. I would imagine because other countries are not throwing our money away. They're They're taxpayers' money. Now, this is Congress on the left, y'all. They're trying to get into the Department of Education. Watch them throw a fit.
We're members of Congress.
We're members of Congress. We're members of Congress.
We're coming in. Don't lock the door. We're coming in. Who are you?
You're not coming in.
Who are you?
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 Who are you, sir?
Do you have business here?
Yes.
Yes.
I have sent the Assistant Secretary a letter alerting her that we would be here today, and we've asked her for a meeting.
Yeah, I don't know that accept it until that's. It doesn't need to be accepted.
Who are you?
What
authority do you have? And what do you do here?
What do you do here?
Security responsibility.
Get out of the way. We pay your
Look, there's Bernie Sanders.
We pay you.
We're members of Congress.
Everybody
Right.
is
Members of Congress.
We haven't heard that from the secretary. We haven't heard that from the spokesman.
I'm relaying that.
You are not the spokesman for the department. You are a security guard.
Can you
We'd like
identify
to-
yourself?
I already did. We are members of Congress. We'd like to enter the Department of Education.
You don't have any identification. Where's your ID?
We are not.
It's not good enough.
We are not a threat to security. We're members of Congress and we want to ask a question.
We walked into the White House without having to go through magnetometers.
Can
Yeah.
we get someone?
This
from
is
the
an
office
this is an
to come down
outrage.
and
This
talk
is
to
an
We'd
us?
like
outrage.
to speak with someone who works here.
So what are you
Not
gonna
a
do? You
security
gonna
guard.
beat us up if we go in?
I mean, you're gonna, you know.
They are so mad.
Get out of the way.
This says all access entrance.
Stand aside, sir.
This says all access entrance.
Please stand aside, sir.
I'm not standing.
Why not?
Because my role is to make sure that.
What authority do you have to
We are
block
members
members
of
of
Let him
Congress from the
explain
oversight?
what his
We
role
don't
is.
have
All
oversight
access
responsibilities.
entrance.
What,
Let
by
him
what
finish his
authority
sentence.
can you deny members of Congress their oversight role?
You don't have a business reason to be here.
You do not have authority, sir.
Let him
You do
finish
not have
it. Let him
authority.
finish his sentence.
There is no authority for you to deny members of Congress their oversight responsibility.
We're the
If you have an appointment, then you're on a guest list, we will let you in.
So can I ask you a question? You have to be on a guest. Is what you're saying? Is what you're saying?
Or
that
you have to have an escort.
Let
Somebody
me ask
come
you a
down and
question.
escort.
Can I ask my question? Are you telling me today that you have to be on a guest list in order to come to the Department of Education?
Either we are informed in advance if somebody's coming, or
We're informed in advance.
So
94
members
members of
to
Congress,
take you where you're going.
sir. 94
They're
members
so
of Congress
mad.
signed
They're
a
so
letter
mad.
asking the acting secretary for a meeting and to answer a simple question. And she's
I'm
apparently.
not aware of the meeting.
So you have to be on a guest list to enter the Department of Education.
I just explained, you have to either be on a list in advance to have access, or if you're coming, then you have to let us know who your escort is. I don't know.
That wasn't true last year. Did something change between last
That's
year?
always good.
No, it hasn't. I've walked into this building multiple
And
times.
you just have free
last year.
roam.
I walked in. We were at least allowed to walk into that lobby, not stopped outside
Well,
like this.
it's no difference. I mean, you'd be stopped at the visitors desk.
Okay, well, let's go. We're gonna go to the visitors desk.
I'm doing that in advance.
No. We're allowed to go to the visitors desk.
People out here.
We're
Where's our members of Congress?
We are allowed to go to the visitors desk.
We're trying to save your job. You won't have a job if we don't help you. You won't have any place to send your kids.
They're literally
We're
threatening
here
this
speaking
man.
for a ton of kids from coast to coast that deserve a quality public education. Now, this department should stay.
Yeah, they're afraid that they're going to find out that they stuck money in their own pocket.
We're not.
Instead of paying it to the school system.
Last year, we'd be able to walk in and go to that desk.
I mean, the response I got right here.
Trump is shutting them down, y'all. He's
I'm
shutting
going to
them
stop
down.
you right there. No. I'm going to stop you right there and put it on the record. You did not get a dangerous response
You
here.
tell me to get out of the way?
You did not get a dangerous response here, so I'm not going to let you put that narrative out there. I'm not going to let you put that narrative out there. I'm going to tell you to your face that that's a lie. We are members of Congress, as she said. What I asked you is, do we need to be on a guest list to be in?
Or
No one,
somebody coming down to escort
but
you.
there
I
was
don't
no
have to.
danger or threat to you. So
We are allowed
let's
to-
just make sure that is on the
We
record.
are allowed to go to that desk
There
right
was
there.
no danger to you.
We are allowed to
Just so
go to
that
that
we're
desk
clear.
right there.
Just so that
Like
we're
I've done
clear.
multiple times in the past years.
Go get
We're allowed to go
somebody
to that
to
desk.
escort us in.
They are
You know
throwing
the
a
acting
fit, you
Secretary
all.
Denise Carter.
Yeah, that's who we came to.
Or
Get
My
somebody.
chief of
meeting was
staff.
noticed at point.
So what?
So the There's not an accepted meeting.
Why are you not letting us into that?
Explain, I'm doing it.
Why can't we go in
Why
and ask
are you
for
doing it in
one?
advance? That's not a thing. I have not seen that.
Why can't we go in and ask for one?
This man is holding his ground, y'all.
It's a public information.
Why is Bernie Sanders there?
Well, are you prepared to stand here for 24 hours with us? Are you prepared
Her
to
big
stand
ass
here
ain't
all
gonna
night?
stay
if
out
we
there for
decide to
24
stay?
hours.
All right, well, you just stay right there. You just stay and stay.
Why aren't you letting us go to that desk like we were able to do last year?
He's not a U.S. employee. I don't know who he is.
Did Elon Musk hire you? Who do you work for? Who do you work for? Are you
They're so mad over Elon. They hate Elon Musk now.
We're trying to save your job.
He's not a federal employee. You're not a federal employee. Just like I'm telling you.
Well, yeah.
Can I see it? Go into your battery up. Let's see.
How do we know who you are?
Turn it around. We can't see it.
It's killing their soul.
We're allowed to. I know we're allowed to go to that visitor's desk like we have been allowed to do in past years. We are allowed to go to that visitor's desk. They should come out. They should come out.
Yeah, let them come out. Let them come out.
I know at a minimum we are allowed to go to that visitor's desk. At a minimum.
The Department of Homeland Security is blocking the entrance to the United States Department of Education.
We'd like you to move out of our
We're
way.
members of Congress. We want to have a meeting with the acting secretary. I'm sorry.
That's a good one.
Were you told? Why did you call the Department of Homeland
Yeah.
Security? It's absurd.
Were you told to stand here?
Yeah, were you told to deny members of Congress from entering this building? You never asked who we were.
There is
This man is with a bunch of wolves. A bunch of wolves that's been stealing.
Are you making a decision for the Department of Education on your own?
These
behalf,
are
or
a bunch of wolves that's been stealing our money for years. And now that they're afraid that Elon Musk is going to find out where all of our tax money has been going, they are outraged, throwing a complete and thorough tantrum, and Trump and them locked them out of the Department of Education. I love it. They cannot stand it. What the hell is this man right here? Is this Bernie Sanders, y'all? And who the hell is this woman? She likes to throw her weight around too.
Were you told to come out here and block members of
Do
Congress?
they know that we're here? Max, ask the question again. That's important.
Were you told? Are you making this decision to stand in front of this door on your own behalf, on behalf of the Department of Education, or were you told to come out here and block members of Congress from going to the desk?
So everybody's freelancing now?
We're doing our job.
We're trying to save your job.
Show them your ID.
Were you told to stand here, or did you decide to stand here? And
He's
block members
already
of Congress
showed
from
them
the Department of
15
Education?
times.
To federal buildings.
And Holly Pam.
So a private security contractor is blocking members of Congress. A private security contractor is making the decision to block members of Congress from a public access.
Hell yeah. Keep your ass out.
You have the authority as a private security contractor to block members of Congress. That has been knighted and granted to you.
Hey, Daniel Berry.
You have to at least let us go to the desk.
He does not let them in, y'all. They throw a huge fit, but he does not back down. And if you look in there, there's other security in the back of him that's not going to let him in.
You don't care.
We're not dangerous people. We're not, I don't know, we're in security.
Yes, you are dangerous people. Yes, you are.
We're members of Congress. We're parents. We're teachers.
You're thieves.
Each of us
You're thieves. You're thieves. You're thieves. You're liars. You're thieves. You're cheaters. That's what you are. He's doing what he was hired to do. It's an audit. Y'all don't need to be there. Exactly, Diamonds. Exactly. I don't want to hear that they're teachers and they're this. No, they're thieves. That's been stealing money from the American people for absolute decades. And now Trump is stood in and Elon Musk is getting our country straightened out, and they cannot stand it. They cannot stand it. Let's see. Daisy, to be fair, you should really look at both sides. I have looked at both sides, and our country has been falling apart with these monsters. Let me tell you something. There ain't no looking at both sides. When one side, our country is a proven fact of our mess, our messy country, and what these people stand for. No, these people stand for absolute evil. Evil, evil, evil. They cry when they don't get their way, but if it was the other way around, oh no. Exactly. Look how they done Trump and everybody with January 6th. This is just payback mofos. Payback mofos. They all have their hands on it. They're there to try and cover their own aces. Exactly. It's killing them. Yes, Debbie said, I live both sides. I want my life back. Exactly, Debbie. Exactly. And California is probably the worst state to live in to have to deal with this shit. You know, all the wildfires, where was the money given to the people of the victims of wildfires that were not millionaires? Oh, it was given to the immigration in New York City for a luxury hotel for people that don't even pay taxes in our country. Yes, they don't even like our country, you all. These people right here, in my opinion, hate our country. They're only out for themselves. They are not out for American people. They absolutely are not. Miss Stacy said mofos. That's what they are, a bunch of mofos. Trump, the adults are back in office and it's time to stand up again. I'm proud to be an American mega. Yes, 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 yes. All right, let's watch the rest of the tantrum. Then we'll move on.
Hundreds of thousands of Americans.
This is our job.
This is our job. We're doing
Hey, Fonda Cheese Man.
You're securing this building against who?
Members of Congress. Members of Congress.
The people.
It's members of the people.
So this is the beginning of full transparency of this
was
administration.
his.
That's right. The administration that talked about they're going to open the doors to all of these things and show the American public what is going on. They won't even open the door to this building to members of Congress.
Hell,
We are not
going to
closing
open the
any
door to
threat
you.
here. No, we are not dangerous
Hell
people.
no.
We have not done anything. We're trying to request a meeting, and they have a private security contractor who on his own is making decisions on behalf of the Department of Education.
So Congresswoman Hayes, what you're saying is they allow billionaires and his minions to come in to this building.
I don't know who he is, but I know who I am. And I'm a member of Congress with oversight responsibilities trying to request a meeting, and a private security contractor is not allowing me to enter the building.
They allow billionaires to go in this building, but not the people's representatives. They allow billionaires and their cronies to go in, but not. There's a lack of transparency here. Members.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Your ace ain't getting in there. Heck yeah. Hey, Tree, why do they want to go to the Department of Education to begin with? I'm confused. Because they're auditing them. That's what we're talking about tonight, is that DOGE is where Elon Musk had went in and found that billions of dollars have been wasted on American money, and they're throwing a fit about it. Listen, I got more for you guys, okay? Throwing an absolute fit that Elon Musk has found this out, you all. Let's see. What is this? Oh, yeah. Complete and thorough freaking meltdown on their behalfs. All right, here we go, you all. Here's another one. This is where Mark, hey, nay, Zuckerberg, from the owner of Facebook, exposes the Biden administration for threatening and intimidating them. Money laundering. Exactly. That's exactly what they're doing. They're money laundering millions of billions. Trump said it would even be in the trillions by the time they get through investigating.
Mark Zuckerberg just exposed the Biden administration for harassment. Just check this out.
During the Biden administration, when they were trying to roll out the vaccine program. While they're trying to push that program, they also tried to censor anyone who was basically arguing against it. And they pushed us super hard to take down things that were honestly were true, right? I mean, they basically pushed us and said, you know, anything that says that vaccines might have side effects, you basically need to take down. And
they're literally censoring things that can save your life. They literally did the same thing to this woman after she exposed a medicinal herb that can help with your brain power, your gut, your immune system, and your overall well-being. And some say it could even help prevent chronic D. Pay attention.
Ladies, did you know if you're gaining weight, especially around the midsection, or if you get that eyelid twitch that just won't go away? If you're having trouble sleeping at night and you're craving sweets constantly, or you feel like you get overly emotional over little things, otherwise known as the stress hormone. High levels of cortisol, which might happen if you have a vitamin and nutrient deficiency, can lead to a host of problems. So whenever I have one of these symptoms, I usually take moringa.
Well, I did a little bit more research on this moringa that she's been censored for. Okay. This stuff is literally a powerhouse. I asked.
There's lots of things that they have been covering up. As far as that, let's see. Oh, here's another one, you all. I want to show you this. Oh, they took it down. I hate it when they do that, but they do take a lot of it down. Where is that? Oh, here's it is. Well, here's another one where the Democrats completely have a meltdown over Elon Musk investigating them. It is so funny. They're having a meltdown. Here we go, y'all.
Elon Musk to take his hands off your money. We don't pledge allegiance to the creepy 22-year-olds working for Elon Musk. We pledge allegiance to the United States of America. And goddamn it, shut down the city. We are at war.
We will win. We will win. We won't rest. We won't rest.
Gretchen. Yeah, so they need the Democrats need a real leader.
They're lost. They're a laughingstock, but also corrupt and against the American people. When they say, tell Elon to keep his hands off your money, no, it's taxpayer money that the Democrats have been using to push their agenda around the world. And here's the proof. In what might be the biggest scandal in news media history, it has been found that U.S. aid was funding the news company Politico. $8.2 million awarded over 237 transactions. That's right. Taxpayer dollars were being used for state-funded narrative control. USAID was shut down by DOGE, and guess what? Politico didn't make payroll this week. Politico spent the last 10 years bashing Trump, ruining MAGA, and published things like the Hunter Biden laptop being Russian disinfo, as you see right here. This was all being funded with your taxpayer money and being executed in the executive branch of government. It was a propaganda machine for the Democrats, the bureaucratic state. So tell me, whose money is Elon getting his hands on? The Democratic Party is finished, caught with their hands in the cookie jar. Guys, over half of you watch my channel consistently.
Oh, there's more. They throw a complete and thorough fit, you all.
No, I am not.
At RFK Jr.'s hearing today, it was very clear to see where some of these senators' loyalty lies.
I'm asking about fees from suing drug companies. Will you agree not to do that?
It was very clear that it lies with the big pharma companies, same companies that RFK Jr. wants to challenge for their sometimes misleading and harmful acts. Here's Pocahontas completely losing her cool to the point of where she was shaking. Listen.
So, Mr. Kennedy, will you also agree that you won't take any compensation from any lawsuits against drug companies while you are secretary and for 4 years afterwards?
Well, I'll certainly commit to that while I'm secretary. But I do want to clarify something because you're making me sound like a shill.
I'm asking about fees from suing drug companies. Will you agree not to do that?
You're asking me to not sue drug companies,
No,
and I'm
you
not
can
going to agree
sue
to that,
drug
Senator.
companies as much as you want.
Before we get to her clearly self-enriching rant, we're
He's
going to go
not.
ahead and just mention that this woman is worth over $12 million. As a lifelong public servant, I think that kind of wealth should be investigated.
You're asking me, Senator, you're asking me not to sue vaccine pharmaceutical companies. Yeah, you are. That's exactly what you're doing.
Well, kids might die, but Robert Kennedy can keep cashing in.
Senator, I support vaccines. I support the childhood schedule. I will do that. The only thing I want is good science, and that's it.
Not to mention the same pharma companies that have recently paid her out $800,000. It's public record.
And not to mention Pelosi is a millionaire, and she didn't make enough money to do anything. She absolutely did not make enough money to be that much of a millionaire. Oh, but they can't handle it when now that they're finding out all about them, all about their little scams and all the money that has been stolen from an American people. All of our money. And let me tell you something, as a person that pays a lot of taxes in the past, I have paid literally thousands. My husband has paid thousands of dollars in taxes, up to $20,000, $25,000, $30,000 a year in taxes. And to know that all of our taxes has been, hey, Lori P, has been wasted and given to countries that don't even need this shit. I mean, come on. Here we go. We're going to bring up more, y'all. Like, American people needs to be paid back for all the money that's been stolen.
$0.3 billion in checks to dead people. Those aren't my numbers. Those numbers come from the Office of Management and Budget. That's just 1 year. Not only is the federal government sending checks to dead people, those checks are being cashed. Now, I have heard, Mr. President, of dead people voting, but cashing the checks, you don't have to be God's perfect idiot to realize that there's fraud happening with respect to all this money.
Oh, yeah. Dead people have been being paid. Who's collecting for those dead people, y'all? Get that for me. Let's see. I love this guy. That's his money to do with, Bubba's throwing me stuff, y'all, when I asked him to get me stuff. He throws it. Pocahontas. They are mad because Trump and Elon are taking all the dirty money out of their pockets. Exactly. They're throwing fits, but you know what? They need to be held accountable for. They do. So yeah, it's killing them. They're throwing a fit. They're having a tantrum because they are being found out about all the money that is being stolen from our country, you know. Let me see. I was trying to see which one. And Elon Musk. Okay, here is President Trump and Elon Musk talking about DOGE and all the money that is being spent, especially on the condoms, y'all. On condoms. I think it's what, $51 million. Hey, your mama's crack rock. $51 million on condoms in Ethiopia.
An unsuccessful guy doing this. Now, one thing also that Elon hasn't really mentioned are the groups of people that are getting some of these payments. They're ridiculous. And we're talking about billions of dollars that we've already found. We found fraud and abuse. I would say those two words as opposed to the third word that I usually use. But in this case, fraud and abuse. It's abusive because most of these things are virtually made up, or certainly money shouldn't be sent to them. And you know what I'm talking about. It's crazy. So, but we're talking about tens of billions of dollars that we've already found. And now a judge who's an activist judge wants to try and stop us from doing this. Why? Why would they want to do that? I campaigned on this. I campaigned on the fact that I said government is corrupt. And it is very corrupt. It's very, it's also foolish. As an example, a man has a contract for 3 months and the contract ends, but they keep paying him for the next 20 years, because nobody ends a contract. You got a lot of that. You have a contract that's a 3-month contract. Now, normally, if you're in a small, in all fairness, it's the size of this thing is so big.
Yeah.
But if you have a contract and you're in a regular business, you end the contract in 3 months, it's a consultant. Here's a contract for 3 months, but it goes on for 20 years. And the guy doesn't say that he got money for 20 years, they don't say it. They just keep getting checks month after month. And you have various things like that. And even much worse than that, actually, much worse. And I guess you call that incompetence, maybe.
Yeah.
It could be corruption. It could be deals made on both sides, where the guy gets some money, he kicks. I think there's a lot of kickback here. I see a lot of kickback here.
There's a lot of kickbacks.
A tremendous kickback, because nobody could be so stupid to give out some of these contracts. So he has to get a kickback. So that's what I got elected for, that and borders and military and a lot of things, but this is a big part of it. And I hope that the court system is going to allow us to do what we have to do. We got elected to among other things, find all of this fraud, abuse, all of this horrible stuff going on. And we've already found billions of dollars, not like a little bit, billions, many billions of dollars. And when you get down to it, it's going to be probably close to $1 trillion. It could be close to $1 trillion that we're going to find. That will have quite an impact on the budget.
Did you hear that?
And you'll go to
close to $1 trillion of our money that has been wasted. That has been wasted and give to nonsense. And here we are barely surviving, y'all. Barely surviving.
To a judge where they handpick a judge and he has certain leanings. I'm not knocking anybody for that, but he has certain leanings. And he wants us to stop looking. How do you stop looking? I mean, we've already found it. We have a case in New York where a hotel has paid $59 million, $59 million because it's housing migrants, illegal migrants, all illegal, I believe.
And they were being paid twice the normal room rate at 100% occupancy.
Unbelievable.
So it's a racket.
Mr. Musk, I have asked a question.
Well, if I may sort of just going for the president's comments, at a high level, you say, well, what are the two ingredients that are really necessary in order to cut the budget deficit in half from 2 trillion to 1 trillion? And it's really two things: competence and caring. If you add competence and caring, you'll cut the budget deficit in half. And I fully expect to be scrutinized and get a daily proctology exam, basically. Might as well just camp out there. So it's not like I think I can get away with something. I'll be scrutinized nonstop. But with the support of the president, we can cut the budget deficit in half from 2 trillion to 1. And then with deregulation, because there's a lot of sort of regulations that don't ultimately serve the public good. We need to free the builders of America to build. And if we do that, that means I think we can get the economic growth to be maybe 3-4%, maybe 5%. And that means if you can get $1 trillion of economic growth and you cut the budget deficit by $1 trillion, between now and next year, there is no inflation. There's no inflation in 26. And if the government is not borrowing as much, it means that interest costs decline. So the mortgage, their car payment, their credit card bills, anything, their student debt, the monthly payments drop. That's a fantastic scenario for the average American. I mean, imagine they're going down the grocery aisle and the prices from one year to the next are the same, and their mortgage, all their debt payments dropped. How great is that for the average American?
We had no idea. We had no idea we were going to find this much, and it's open. It's not like complicated. It's
not
simple
that complicated.
stuff. It's
like a lot of work. Yeah.
You can't believe it. A lot of work. A lot of smart people involved. Very, very smart people. But you're talking about anywhere maybe 500. It's crazy the kind of numbers you're
It's really
talking
crazy.
about. You know, normally when you're looking at something, you'll find you're looking for 1 out of 100. Here, you're almost reversing it. You look for one that's good.
Yeah.
And you can look at the title and you say, why are we doing this? Why are we doing that? And the public gets it. You know, the public gets it. You've seen the polls. The public is saying, why are we paying all this money? This for years, this has gone on. Yeah, go ahead. Wait, go ahead.
Senator Rand Paul today said that DOGE cuts will ultimately need a vote in Congress. Do you agree with that? Is that the plan?
I really don't know. I know this. We're finding tremendous fraud and tremendous abuse. If I need a vote of Congress to find fraud and abuse, it's fine with me. I think we'll get the vote, although there'll be some people that wouldn't vote. And how could a judge want to hold us back from finding all of this fraud and finding all of this incompetence? Why would that happen? Why would even Congress want to do that? Now, Congress, if we do need a vote, I think we'd get a very easy vote because we have a track record now. We've already found billions of dollars of abuse, incompetence, and corruption. A lot of corruption.
If a judge does block one of your policies, part of your agenda, will you abide by that?
Prayers for Sleuth Fairy, you all. Prayers. Trish, you are very blind, honey. If you cannot see what these people are doing, fact checking, these are facts. They are finding this. This isn't nothing that's made up. This is true. This is coming from the President of the United States. Trish, you need to open your eyes and see what kind of people who have been running our country. It's pathetic. President Trump and Elon Musk is trying to save us and give us back our money back so we can support our families and live a normal life like other countries do that actually take care of their countries instead of taking care of other countries.
That ruling, will you
Well,
comply
I
with that
always
order?
abide by the courts, and then I'll have to appeal it. But then what he's done is he slowed down the momentum, and it gives crooked people more time to cover up the books. You know, if a person's crooked and they get caught, other people see that, and all of a sudden it becomes harder later on. So, yeah, the answer is I
not
always abide
lying.
by the
People
courts.
that were
Always.
running our country are the ones that was lying. He's bringing out the truth. Hey, my three sons. Hey, Miss Mayor, how are you? Y'all, please pray for Sleuth Fairy. She's very, very sick. Please pray for her. No, he's not a liar. He's actually truthful. The people that were running our country are the liars and thieves, and they need to be held accountable for, and they need to go to jail for stealing money off the American people like they have.
Abide by him, and we'll appeal. But appeals take a long time, and I would hope that a judge, if you go into a judge and you show him, here's a corrupt situation, we have a check to be sent, but we found it to be corrupt. Do you want us to send this corrupt check to a person, or do you want us not to give it and give it back to the taxpayer? I would hope a judge would say, don't send it, give it back to the taxpayer.
Yeah, if I can add to that, what we're finding is that a bunch of the fraud is not even going to Americans. So I think we can all agree that if there's going to be fraud, it should at least go to Americans. But a bunch of the fraud rings that are operating in the United States and taking advantage of the federal government, especially in the entitlements programs, are actually foreign fraud rings. They're operating in other countries and actually exporting money to other countries. We should stop that. And this is big numbers. Talking about $100 to $200 billion a year. Serious money.
Mr. Musk, you said on X that an example of the fraud that you have cited was $50 million of condoms was sent to Gaza. But after fact check this, apparently Gaza in Mozambique, and the program was to protect them against HIV. So can you correct the statements? It wasn't sent to Hamas, actually. It was sent to Mozambique, which makes sense why condoms was sent there.
Yeah.
And how can we make sure that all the statements that you said were correct, so we can trust what you say?
Well, first of all, some of the things that I say will be incorrect and should be corrected. So nobody's going to bat 1,000. I mean, we will make mistakes, but we'll act quickly to correct any mistakes. I'm not sure we should be sending $50 million worth of condoms to anywhere, frankly. I'm not sure that's something Americans would be really excited about. And that is really an enormous number of condoms, if you think about it. But if it went to Mozambique instead of Gaza, I'm like, okay, that's not as bad, but still, why are we doing that?
Can you talk a little bit about
Why?
how closely
Yes.
you're working with?
Why would we be sending $50 million worth of condoms to another country when we have American people in Western North Carolina living in tents and freezing to death? Really? Really? Take care of our country first. Take care of our country first. Elon is the one doing all the investigations and finding out that they spent $59 million to a luxury hotel in New York City, FEMA. FEMA, the ones that says that they didn't have enough money for Western North Carolina, were sending $59 million to a luxury hotel in New York City to house illegal immigrants. How is that okay? Hey, Granny Bassmaster. Hey, that is not okay. Take care of American people first, then worry about other countries.
The agency heads as you're directing these cuts? Do they have how much input do agency heads have when you're making these decisions?
Yeah, we work closely with the agency heads, yeah. So there are sort of checks in place. So it's not just us just going in and doing things willy nilly. It's in partnership with the agency heads, and I check frequently with the president to make sure that this is what the president wants to have happen. So we talk almost every day, and I double check things to make sure, is this something, Mr. President, you want us to do this? Then we'll do it.
USAID has been one of your main targets. Are you concerned at all that some of the cuts or that shutting that agency altogether may lead to diseases or other bigger problems starting in other countries that then come to the United States?
Yeah, so that's an interesting example. So that's something where we work closely with the State Department and Secretary Rubio. And we have, for example, turned on funding for Ebola prevention and for HIV prevention. Yes, correct. And we are moving fast, so we will make mistakes, but we'll also fix the mistakes very quickly.
Do you see it as a worthy cause, USAID?
I think that there's some worthy things, but overall, if you say what was the bang for the buck, I would say it was not very good. And there was far too much of what USAID was doing was influencing elections in ways that I think were dubious and
Hey, Rhonda Lynn.
do not stand the light of day.
I can just ask a follow-up to the Pentagon contracts. If you have received billions of dollars in contracts from the Pentagon, and the president's directing you to look into the Department of Defense, is
Yes,
that
which we
a
definitely need
conflict
to
of
do and
interest?
are going to do at the president's request.
Does that present a conflict of interest for you?
No, because you'd have to look at the individual contract and say, first of all, I'm not the one, filing the contract. It's people at SpaceX or someone who will be putting for the contract. And I'd like to say, if you see any contract where where it was awarded to SpaceX and it wasn't by far the best value for money for the taxpayer, let me know, because every one of them was.
The president said the other day that you might look at treasuries. Could you explain that a little bit? What kind of fraud, and that question goes to both of you, what kind of fraud are you expecting to see or do you see right now in U.S. treasuries?
I think you mean the Treasury Department as opposed to Treasury bills or.
You also referenced treasuries on Air Force One the other night. Go ahead.
Well, as I mentioned earlier, really the first order of business is to make sure we're actually collecting. Sorry for this. I thought my son might enjoy this, but he's sticking his fingers in my ears and stuff. So it's been hard to hear sometimes. Hey, stop that. No, the stuff we're doing with Treasury Department is so basic that you can't believe it doesn't exist already. So for example, it's like, what type of payment is this? You can't just leave the field blank. Currently, many payments, the field is left blank. And you have to describe what's the payment for, some basic rationalization. That also is left blank. So this is why, the Pentagon, when's the last time the Pentagon passed an audit? I mean, a decade ago, maybe? I don't know, ever, really? And we want to just, in order to actually pass audits, you have to have financial information that allows you to trace the payments. And once in a while, the Treasury has to pause payments if it thinks the payment is going to a fraudulent organization. Like, if you get on that payment, the do not pay list, it means that this is someone that is just, it's like dead people, terrorists, known fraudsters, that kind of thing. We should not pay them. But currently we do, which is crazy.
America will be back.
We should stop that.
Many transactions. And by the way, 100 team. And for the sake of the country, I hope that the person that's in charge and the other people that report to me that are in charge are allowed to do the right thing.
Okay, Trish, I want to say this, Trish. I'm not coming against you or nothing. Do you think it's okay that they gave Chelsea Clinton $85 million? $3 million for her wedding, $10 million for her home, and the rest for her. Do you think it's fair that the American people gave her $85 million just because she's the daughter of Chelsea and Hillary Clinton, or the Clintons? No. Do you think it's okay for them to give $59 million to illegal immigrants? Most of them are criminals. Yet they did not give a damn dime to Western North Carolina and help those people. Where are the receipts? The receipts are right there. President Trump fired the head lady of the FEMA because she went against his orders and sent the $59 million to New York hotel anyway. They are not American. FEMA is to help the American people. FEMA is to help American people, not illegal immigrants coming to our country. And that's what they were doing with our money while people are living in tents in Western North Carolina. Do you think that's okay? Oh, thank you, Granny Manmaster. Thank you for being a member. Woohoo! Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. Exactly, Danny. Thank you for being a member, honey. So yes, they're working right now to get the money back that was sent to the luxury hotel in New York City for illegal immigrants to live, while people in North Carolina is suffering.
Namely, make sure everything's honest, legitimate, and competent. But we're looking at just when you look at USAID, that's one. We're going to look at the military. We're going to look at education. They're much bigger areas, but the USAID is really corrupt. I'll tell you, it's corrupt. It's incompetent, and it's really corrupt. And I can't imagine a judge saying, well, it may be corrupt, but you don't have the right. You got elected to look over the country and to, as we say, make America great again, but you don't have the right to go and look and see whether or not things are right that they're paying, or that things are honest that they're paying. And nobody can even believe this. Other people, law professors, right away, you're supposed to be running the country, but we're not allowed to look at who they're paying it to and what they're paying. We have massive amounts of fraud that we caught. I think we probably caught way over a lot of billions of dollars already in what, 2 weeks?
Yes.
And it's going to go to numbers that you're not going to believe. And much, as I said, much is incompetence and much is dishonesty. We have to catch it. And the only way we're going to catch it is to look for it. And if a judge is going to say you're not allowed to look for it, that's pretty sad for our country. I don't understand how it could even work.
So, program, can you personally guarantee that?
Which one?
The buyout program, the offer to federal workers. Can you personally guarantee that the workers who opt in to resign now will be paid through
Well,
September?
they'll get their money, but they're getting a good deal. They're getting a big buyout. And what we're trying to do is reduce government. We have too many people. We have office space. It's occupied by 4%. Nobody's showing up to work because they were told not to. And then Biden gave them a 5-year pass, some of them, 48,000 of them, gave them a 5-year pass, that for 5 years, you don't have to show up to work. And let me tell you, this is largely, much of this stuff is because of Biden. It's his fault. He allowed this country, what he did on our border.
He let other people.
What he did on our border is almost not as bad as what he did with all of these contracts that have come out. It's a very sad day when we look at it. I can't even believe it, but many contracts just extend and they just keep extending, and there was nobody there to correct it. And that cannot be, I can't imagine that could be held up by the court. Any court that would say that the president or his representatives, like Secretary of the Treasury, Secretary of State, whatever, doesn't have the right to go over their books and make sure everything's honest. I mean, how can you have a country? You can't have anything that way. You can't have a business that way. You can't have a country that way. Hey, thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, press. Thank you, press. Head out.
Okay. Not only is the American people seeing it, but many celebrities are seeing it as well. All right, so here we go. Here's some more about the FEMA employees stealing money, taking money and giving it to illegal immigrants.
Employees are fired over sending $59 million to New York City for illegal alien resources. And the DHS cut the employees today, saying they were fired for circumventing leadership and unilaterally making the, quote, egregious payment for hotels for migrants. The Department of Government Efficiency highlighted the funds on Monday, with Elon Musk blasting the spending on X. He said that money is meant for American disaster relief and is instead being spent on high-end hotels for illegals. A clawback demand is being made to recoup those funds.
They need to put them in jail for that. That's fraud. To take American money and blow it like that and spend it on illegal aliens to come here, criminals, they need to go to jail. They need to go to jail. They absolutely need to go to jail. Here we go, y'all.
Who illegally funneled $58 million of FEMA's money to the hotels in Manhattan to house illegal immigrants. This is Mary Coleman. She was just fired this morning, and she went against Trump's orders to not fund these hotels in New York City to house illegal immigrants. She was just fired from her job. She's the chief financial officer of FEMA. Now, FEMA is supposed to be used for natural disasters. It is not supposed to be used for housing immigrants. So she's gone, and promises made, promises kept. Trump is doing what we voted for him for. Every day's like Christmas in America now, and I am just loving it.
But the thing is, when are these people going to be held accountable for taking this money and doing what they're doing with this money? When are they going to be held accountable? When? That's what I want to know. All right, now you're going to see them put this lady on the show and confront her and ask her where her money comes from. Where has she got all these millions of dollars that many of these congressmen have, that's only supposed to be making an income of $200,000 a year, yet they have millions of dollars? Answer that question.
Some of the initiatives USAID has funded over the years, and ask each of you a yes or no question. If you believe these expenditures of American taxpayer dollars put America first, so it'll be yes or no. USAID awarded $2 million to strengthen trans-led organizations to deliver gender-affirming health care in Guatemala. So to each of you this morning, does this advance the interests of American citizens paying for trannies in Guatemala to the tune of $2 million? Yes or no? Governor?
I have no position.
Of course you don't. Okay, USAID awarded over $750,000 to fund alleviating loneliness among migrant garment workers in India. Does this advance America's interests, Governor?
No.
No. I have no position.
USAID awarded $1.5 million for providing a gender-sensitive response to migration at the Venezuelan border. Does this advance America's interests, Governor?
No.
No, I have no position.
Does this advance the interest? Okay, so USAID awarded $4.3 million on October 1st, 2023 to a group to fund comprehensive health services for men having sex with other men in South Africa. Does this advance the interests of American citizens, Governor?
No.
No, I have no position.
I bet you don't. Okay. USAID awarded $1.5 million to advance diversity, equity, and inclusion in Serbia's workplaces and business communities by promoting economic empowerment and opportunity for LGBTQI plus people in Serbia. Does this advance America's interests?
No.
No. Nope.
You have no idea, right? Okay. USAID awarded over $70,000 to a group to deliver a live musical event to promote the U.S. and Irish shared values of diversity, equity, inclusion, and accessibility. Does this advance the interests of America?
No.
No. No position.
No position or no clue. Okay, USAID awarded $1.5 million to fund strengthening community support structures to upscale LGBT rights advocacy in Jamaica. Does this advance our interests?
No.
No. No position.
USAID awarded $28 million to a group to facilitate the economic insertion of Venezuelan migrants and refugees in Peru and Ecuador. Does this advance our interests?
No.
No. No position.
Okay, USAID awarded $17.5 million to fund voluntary medical male circumcision overseas. Does this advance America's interests?
No.
No. No position.
I don't know what circumcision overseas has to do with America First either.
Amen.
USAID awarded
That's
nearly
crazy.
$150,000 to fund HIV prevention services targeting men who have sex with men and transgender. Does this advance America's interests?
No.
No. No position.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm limited to 5 minutes, but these are the programs Democrats are so desperate to save. Our foreign assistance system is badly broken, and this ends now. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I yield back.
Amen. It ends now. The bullshit ends now. You guys, how can anybody be okay with them giving our money away to other countries for such nonsense? How is everybody okay with this when people are struggling just to get by? I don't get it. We are in the worst shape that we have ever been in. I mean, damn, I'm about to pimp my chickens out, y'all. I'm about to pimp my chickens out. I mean, come on, the price of eggs. Really? And people still support this stuff. This country was great before Trump started his lies and bulls. Trump is not lying. He is not the chickens. Them girls better get to work, honey. The price of their butt eggs. You all? Dang. Let's see. Bernie Sanders, a few years ago, owned one home with a net worth of $2,000K. He now owns 3 homes and is a millionaire. This is a man who spoke out on all of us. Exactly. Save the chickens. I know y'all trafficking chickens. Dang on. I'm telling you though, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. I mean, I don't see how people are okay with this. Just because Chelsea denies it doesn't mean it's not true. I mean, it's in the books. It's in the books. And if he wasn't telling the truth, believe me, they'd let him know. Hey, life's a dance. Hey, what's up? Life's a dance. So, yeah, I mean, look at 2025, everything that's been happening. And you think it's not because of these things? Now, this girl right here speaks how I feel right here. She is mad and upset. And I think all of us should be mad and upset about this, y'all.
Out that the 4 FEMA employees that blatantly disregarded the executive orders and decided amongst themselves to go ahead and send the $59 million to all these luxury hotels in New York City are getting fired. And that's all well and dandy, but I don't think it needs to end there. See, in my personal opinion, there needs to be more done to you than just losing your freaking jobs. There needs to be some kind of financial repercussions for y'all. And I damn sure think that y'all needs to go sit your happy asses in jail. That's for a fact. In my other personal opinion, I think every one of you need to be charged with crimes against humanity. Because while you're sitting here funneling money to New York City and for these illegal migrants to stay in luxury hotels, y'all were kicking people out of hotels in Western North Carolina and East Tennessee when it was freezing cold outside. You were blatantly throwing these people out on their asses in the freezing cold temperatures with their children, forcing them to live in tents or any kind of structure they can find to get out of the freaking cold weather. There were people who were unalived because of the cold temperatures that you kicked them out into. So you damn straight, I think you need to be charged with crimes against humanity. That's for a fact.
Amen. I love it when they speak out like that because that's how I feel too. Like, I mean, people are still in desperate need in Western North Carolina, while people from not even our country is sitting in luxury hotels who are criminals. Who are criminals? People need to think about our children and our grandchildren, what's going to happen to them financially. At the rate we're going, they'll own nothing. America, if it continued on, if Trump wouldn't have got voted in, I don't even want to know what would have happened to America in these next few years. I've seen America as a destitute, like a completely third world country. I want a refund for all the tax money they gave away for stupid things. Me too. Hey, Spirit Mist. Me too. I want a refund too, you all. Hey, Chicken Pimp. Hola. Hola, Chicken Pimp. Listen, we about to check. Listen, my girls better get on it. But I'm just kidding y'all about my chickens. But I mean, the price of eggs has went up horribly, you all. I mean, people cannot afford to live anymore. Yet there is still people out here going against Trump and going against Elon Musk for finding out the truth about what they're doing with our money. They are literally stealing us blind. Stealing us blind. And people are okay with it. All right, here we go, y'all.
From DOGE. Apparently, this time it's the U.S. Treasury Department who has more waste and abuse of taxpayer funds than so far anything else that they've looked at. 23%. And it appears that there are people receiving entitlements to the tune of $50 billion with a B dollars a year that have no known social security number or ID on file. 50 billion, that's $1 billion a week in fraud and abuse. But not only is $1 billion a week going to unknown sources with no social security numbers and no valid ID, in addition to that, apparently the Treasury Department doesn't keep itemized records of their payouts. So there's no way to follow up and check as to where the money is going.
Of course they don't.
So as of right now, the Treasury Department and Elon Musk DOGE has agreed that going forward, the Treasury Department will now itemize all of the payments that they make, like where the money's going, to what entities, to whom. It is shocking to me, and it should be shocking to every taxpayer, that our own Treasury Department has no accountability and keeps no formal records of where they're paying and what they're paying. We could not get away with that at home with our own budgets. And could you imagine if the IRS came into our houses and said, well, I want to see an itemized list of all these things that you pay. and we didn't have it, they would say, well, we're just going to assume that you did X, Y, Z, and we're just going to slap what we think you owe. But there's no accountability on their end. This is absolute insanity.
Absolutely. If they came in and we didn't have any receipts or any accountability for anything that we have paid in, well, we'd go to jail. But they don't have records, really? And you think that was not done on purpose? Do you really think that that was not done on purpose? It absolutely was done. These people that were running our country are a bunch of liars and thieves, in my opinion. Absolute liars and thieves.
I'm talking about this, but nobody else is talking about it. They're just talking about the process and Mr. Musk, and he's a mean guy, and he shouldn't be looking at our spending. Well, he is. And I kind of find what he's found out interesting. He found that we gave $2 million, USAID did, for sex changes in Guatemala. He found that we gave $20 million to produce a new Sesame Street show in Iraq. He found that we gave $4.5 million of taxpayer money to combat disinformation in Kazakhstan. He found that we gave $10 million, USAID did, of meals to an Al-Qaeda-linked terrorist group called the Nusra Front.
Wow.
Mr. Musk found that we gave $7.9 million of taxpayer money to a project that would teach Sri Lankan journalists to avoid binary gendered language. The USAID took $8 million and gave it to a bunch of journalists in Sri Lanka to teach them how to avoid binary gendered language. I don't know what the hell binary gendered language is. I think I do. You think most taxpayers would support that? Why aren't we talking about that?
I'm straight from the devil, y'all.
The USAID gave $1.5 million to promote LGBT advocacy in Jamaica. They gave $1.5 million to rebuild the Cuban media ecosystem. They gave $1.5 million for, quote, art for inclusion of people with disabilities in Belarus. Another $3.9 million for LGBT causes in Macedonia. $8.3 million for equity and inclusion education in Nepal. I could go all night.
Amen.
And many of my colleagues are upset. They're really mad at Mr. Musk. Hell, I think we ought to give him a medal. All he's doing is what President Trump said he was going to do. President Trump said he's going to audit the spending. So Trump goes and hires Musk, again with the top secret security clearance. Nobody can quibble with his intelligence. You know, the guy's as smart as Einstein's cousin. He's a very successful businessman. Some say he's the richest guy in the world. And he's doing the auditing. And man, he's finding a lot of stuff. I call it spending porn.
Exactly.
Now, I'm not saying everything that USAID does is wasted, but I'm saying a lot of it is. A hell of a lot of it is.
Hell yeah.
And we ought to be on the floor of this United States Senate thanking Mr. Musk. And we ought to be asking him to go through every agency and look at everybody's budget. Everybody's budget. That's what the American people want. They don't want to talk about process. They don't want to continue with the Washington way. They want to save some money.
Yes, sir. We sure do. We don't want our taxpayer money when a catastrophe happens to go to illegal immigrants instead of the people that are suffering. You know, we might be those people one day. We don't know what's going to happen in our area. We might be the people in Western North Carolina. We might be the people in California where their houses are burnt and their insurance has been canceled. What are we going to do if we lose everything we have to catastrophe and FEMA turns their back on us and doesn't do anything for us, and the American people have to step up and do it for our country? How would you feel if you were a person in Western North Carolina that had your home destroyed by a flood and your insurance said, nope, I'm not going to pay you? You have no family, no relatives, and they bring you a tent to live in this cold weather. And our country says, nope, we don't have funds for you. We can't help you, but we can send $59 million to New York City for people for other countries to live in comfortably while we live in tents and freeze to death. Wake up, America. Wake up, people. What the hell is wrong with you? How can you not see that these people do not care about our country? They don't care about us. They have an evil agenda. Most of these people worship the devil. Most of these people hurt little kids. They're in the human trafficking. How many times can we tell you guys this? They don't care about our country. And the only way you're going to find out is if you have to suffer along with them. If something happens to you in your country, if something happens to you in this country and you see for yourself what they're doing and what they're going to do, President Trump is fighting for our country. He has no reason to take his life that he could be living in retirement and cushy for the rest of his life and fight these evil demons who have tried to kill him. Yet it's like there's a block wall for people who are Democrats. They don't see. Their eyes are blinded. They're not woke.
Believe what just happened at the White House. President Donald Trump signed an executive order establishing the very first White House faith office, and this is what took place. Worship broke out in the Oval Office, and that's not even the crazy part. Would you believe that there are so many Christians that are bashing this and speaking negatively because they don't agree with who we put in charge? They don't agree with all of the stance or the beliefs that a particular person in spiritual authority has. Here's what I want to share with you and even encourage you. The highest office of our land for the first time in a long time is acknowledging God and biblical principles and basic morality. It's back at the highest office in the land. Why can't we celebrate that instead of causing so much division because we don't agree with every single thing that is going on? Let's celebrate that God is now being put back in our country. Hey, listen, if you agree with that, type amen in the comments and follow and subscribe for more.
Amen, you all. Amen. And God said, if you'll turn from your wicked ways and seek my face and fall on your knees and pray, I'll hear your prayers and I will save your country. You all, do you know that Abraham asked God to save Sodom and Gomorrah, and God got all the way down to 10 people? He went from 50 to 10 people. 50 people, God said, if there's 50 people in Sodom and Gomorrah, I will not destroy it. He got all the way down to 10 people. God told Abraham, if there is 10 people in Sodom and Gomorrah who are not wicked and evil, I will save them. And guess what? There was not even 10 people in Sodom and Gomorrah that he could save. So what he did is he saved Abraham's nephew Lot and his wife and family, because they were so evil that they lusted after the male angels that God sent in to get Lot and his family. Lot came out and offered his virgin daughters to them so they would not lust after the beautiful male angels. And they refused Lot's daughters and lusted after those angels. And you know what happened when the angels walked out before them? They went blind. They instantly went blind. And the angels took Lot and his family out and told them not to look back. And what did Lot's wife do? She turned and looked back. And you know that there is 100% brimstone and Sodom and Gomorrah to this day. There is no living life. It has been completely disintegrated. If you go over there where Sodom and Gomorrah is, you will find balls of pure sulfur. There's nothing left of Sodom and Gomorrah. It was completely melted, including the sand was melted. Pillar of salt. She turned into a pillar of salt. So God will give us a chance. And I knew that there were many, many, many Christians still left in the United States of America, God-fearing Christians. And yes. So, what is this? Let's see what else I got to send y'all. I have a lot of stuff saved for you guys. So, but yeah, God said if we would turn from our wicked ways, seek his face, pray that he will hear our prayers and save our country. And that's exactly what he has done. And he is cleaning the swamp. He's cleaning the swamp. And next time the election comes, I hope that somebody follows in the footsteps of Trump. Hopefully JD Vance will step up and be as good as Trump and help to restore our country to back to where it was, instead of all these agendas. See, these people worship the devil Baal. They worship satanic Moloch and Baal. And so, of course, they're going to push their agenda. They're just going to do it. My mom has COVID last month. Her kidneys failed. She has renal failure. Just came off the vent on Friday. Long road to heal for her because of Fauci. I can't wait to see all that come out. Millions of people have died because of the COVID virus, you all. I don't think he can run again. Trump, I don't think. Just saw your live, Daisy. Hello from Texas. Sick with the flu. I know how that is, Denise. I literally worked the weekend with it. And it was really, really, really hard. By Monday morning, I was exhausted, sick. I came home. I ran a fever. I felt like I was drowning in my own fluids. That's how bad it was. History shows every nation fallen due to their form of government. We will be next if they don't start paying attention. Oh, I hate to think about what would have happened these next 4 years if Trump wouldn't have got in office. Maybe I missed it, but did Merge say how much FEMA gave her for her mom's COVID passing? I don't know. I don't know. Were they supposed to give him? He can't run another term. And I don't even know if he wants to. But I do think he needs to put somebody in place. Yeah, hopefully JD Vance will step up. He's not as tough as Trump. Now, I have to say, Elon's pretty tough. Elon's not playing. At first, I was kind of worried about Elon, but Elon is stepping up, y'all. He really is. And like, he really cares about our country. And he's stepping up, so. Aquarium kills. I want to show y'all something, a little trigger warning. But this right here talks about what's really country, about the trafficking, the human trafficking that we continuously talk about and bring awareness about over here. A lot of people don't like to talk about human trafficking, but our children is literally being taken and unalived in this country from this. Many, many, many children become victims of it. And it's been under our nose for years, since I was a child. Miss Daisy, I caught the poopatil bug. It's gone now, but my kids have it. Oh no, diamonds. That's not good. It's not good. Okay, here we go.
Even come in their own private jets and helicopters from fuck who knows where. They are picked up at different locations. Filthy rich. They pay a fortune to spend time with a child. Everything's arranged with the medical team. They know the child will not survive. And if it becomes crippled for life, nobody's going to look after it. So it immediately becomes an organ donor. Those brothels have branches all over the world, with operating rooms. They are high security sites. Few people know about them. There are no regular brothels. We're talking about huge money here, so they are perfectly organized. It's not just some dude or madam sitting there. It's all professionally set up.
Like a corporation?
Yes, like a corporation. As complex as a corporation. There must be a medical team on standby. Someone must look after those kids. Someone must organize. The transplants and everything. There must also be someone that helps them. Search clients for the organs out. It will continue. The demand is huge and it won't change. The kids' clients are very rich. They even come in their own private jets and helicopters from fuck who knows where. They are picked up at different locations. Filthy rich. They pay a fortune to spend time with a child. Everything's arranged with the medical team. They know the child will not survive. And if it becomes crippled for life, nobody's going to look after it. So it immediately becomes an organ donor. Those brothels have branches all over.
So y'all hear that? This is somebody that's worked in the human trafficking. They're talking about the rich people and how the rich elites, the rich people in our country and around the world, how they take children and they sell them so they can do what they want to do with these children. And the ones who are not unalived and that are sick and weak, just like Allie Carter said, they will unalive them and donate their organs. And it's just sickening, y'all. Yeah. And this goes on every day in our country. Every day. These rich elites, these Hollywood elites, these devil worshipers, and you can look at it all. I mean, look at the halftime show. Look at the halftime show for the Super Bowl. Look at it. I'll show you all here, right here. It represents. Hang on. I'm going to show y'all this. And y'all can decide for yourself. Super Bowl halftime
It's
show.
filled with a lot of dark symbolism and meaning. The show started off with Uncle Sam representing America, and he said, "Welcome to the great American game," as he points to the stage, which is shaped as a controller representing how everything is controlled. As Kendrick performs, he instantly starts to rap about culture divide in the government, and this triggers the second appearance of Uncle Sam. And now he's getting pissed off, and he's telling everyone to just tighten up. Immediately after that, they show an American flag, but the flag is divided. Not only that, the people on the flag is doing a Masonic hand gesture. This signifies for help in a situation of danger and distress, and this is on the American flag. We can then see the crowd spelling out the words "warning, wrong way," symbolizing the direction that America is going in. Uncle Sam then comes back really pissed off and says, "So you brought your homeboys with you, scorekeeper, deduct 1 life." Now we also see a hanging man in a light post, and you can see the shadow here. This looks exactly like the tarot card of the hanging man, which means surrender and sacrifice, letting go to gain something greater. Now the crowd quiets down. SZA comes out and she's in the middle of the triangle singing. And then this is when things become nice and calm. So then Uncle Sam comes out and says, that's what they want, everything to be nice and calm. Kendrick then takes his shots at Drake with his A minor necklace, and it ends with the crowd saying, game over. This is what the Super Bowl halftime show really meant, and it was filled with a lot of dark symbolism and meaning. The show started off with Uncle.
You know, we all know Samuel L. Jackson is not for America. We know he's corrupt, just like the rest of them are. I mean, and Kendrick Lamar, I don't even watch the football games. I don't watch that stuff because it's so evil. And I mean, come on, y'all. What do y'all think about Beyonce winning what? Country Music Singer of the Year? That is a joke. It's a joke. Is Trump going to try to give us a refund? Well, according to Elon Musk, he has mentioned giving us an enormous refund this year. I don't know if it's going to happen this year, maybe next year, but according to him, this Elon Musk is going to give us a refund. I want to show you this little girl. I have to watch her because her dad's a preacher, and she dresses up so cute, y'all. This is different from what we're talking about, but she is so cute. And he comes out and talks to her, and he sings to her, and she dances, and she's just a doll baby. I just got to show you this. I think it's so cute.
Well. Girl, listen. Now, supervisor, you sharp now.
Her name's Miracle, y'all.
You sharp? Go ahead. Go and walk to the car. Let me go ahead, sister.
It's her dressed up for church.
You look good. Huh?
Look how cute.
You look good. Sister, you sharp now. You better wear that purse. Turn around so I can see you.
They got her a Louis Vuitton
hey,
too.
Look at me. Yeah, you go. Uh-huh. Come on. This way. Miracle. Don't run off into the meadows. This way. Come on, I gotta cut this grass this week. Lord have mercy. The winter is definitely over with. It's time to cut it. Come on. This way. You look good now.
She is a
Well.
But if you ever get a chance, check out their little website. It's cute because she dresses up every day. And Diamond showed me something. Let me see if I can find it. Hang on. Let's see. She sent me a message. Let me see. Okay. Hang on, y'all. I'm gonna show this what Diamond sent. But I thought that was cute, and I wanted to show you something cute. Her name's Miracle, but they call her Supervisor. She's a doll baby. Here we go.
African Americans built this nation. You built this nation. You know, you're just starting to get real credit for that. Okay, I don't know if you know that. You're just starting to you built the nation. We all built it, but you were such a massive part of it. Bigger than you were given credit for. Does that make sense?
I do want to say that where I live at, a big majority of Hispanic people have built our town. They're hard workers. A lot of people that have been here for years that is Hispanic has built our country. They really have. And that's why I think that if you've been here for an X amount of years and you've worked here and you've helped build our nation, then I think they should be able to apply for citizenship, in my opinion.
Right? But through generations of blood, sweat, and tears, and you deserve a government that defends your interests, protects your families, and cares for our own citizens first. My administration is fighting with everyone and all our heart to reverse the pain inflicted by Democrat leaders and to deliver hope and opportunity and prosperity for all Americans, but for African American communities all throughout our land. African Americans built this nation.
That was something Miss V was worried about. Miss V's African American. And when Trump was voted in, she said everybody told her, that they would not be treated good. And Trump has never, ever said anything against African American people. Ever. And I don't know how anyone could say that he is racist. I know you got to mention that nut John Kanye. Kanye's lost his everlasting mind, y'all. He really has. He has lost his mind. He has lost his mind. But no, Trump is not racist. He loves everyone. And I don't know where they're getting the whole racist thing, that he's racist. He is not. And a majority of the African American people loves Trump and supports Trump. Now, there is some that don't, but a majority of them does. Miss Daisy, show the picture. Hang on, let me see if I can find the picture. What picture is it? Did you send me oh, here we go. Yeah, I'll show it. Absolutely. Amen. Send me something. Yeah. Trump loves everybody. He's not racist. A real racist would not let any colored people touch them. I know. He is not racist. By far, he is not racist. Absolutely not. I watched a video of Trump back in the day when he was younger. He dated a beautiful colored lady. Probably. He's dated a lot of beautiful women in his lifetime. He's a rich man, of course. He's going to be dating a lot of rich people. Or beautiful women. Whether they're black, white. I think his wife is from Yugoslavia or something like that. I don't know where Melania's from. I can't pronounce it. Yugoslavia. And then his first wife was from somewhere. Daisy, did you see Kanye's wife strip at the Grammys on TV? Yes, I did. Let me tell you something. That girl's nasty. And how could Kanye sit there and say he's God? Have y'all heard what all he said? Did you see him attack that reporter? Like, I'd own his freaking set ass if he done me that way. I tell him he need to straighten up and act like a God-fearing man instead of letting his woman walk around half naked. Nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to see his woman. We've already seen Kim Kardashian walk around naked. That's a shame he did that to her on the red carpet. She did it, but did not look happy. Well, I seen videos of her, Danny, after the party, and she was right into it. It could be more her than it is Kanye. Melania is from Slovenia. They paid me. But yeah, Kanye, he's lost his mind, y'all. And did you hear how bad he was talking about the Jewish people? Like, he is anti-Semitic. Like, he is horrible. He does not like Jewish people. And then he claims to be God. He said, I'm God. Well, he better watch out, because mocking God and acting like you're God, God don't like that kind of stuff. He does not like that at all. They are both disgusting. She was right in on it. She was in on it um along with him. Yeah, he like anybody that could sit up there and say that he had his mother unalived for fame and fortune tells you a lot about that person. And he literally got on a social media site and said that he sold his soul to the devil and sacrificed his own mother for fame and fortune. I mean, he has said it. These people are worthless, they're ruthless, they're demonic. They don't care about other people, they don't care about themselves. I mean, really, they don't. All they care about is their money. They're like, he was like, I'm a superhero. I'm a superhero. I mean, come on. I think I actually saved that. I'll have to show you all that, where he said he acted like he was this god. And he's not the only celebrity that's acted like that. There's other ones that's acted like that as well. Like they think they're above everything. Like they think they're above God. That's what they think. I thought I had that saved. Let me see. Hang on, let me see. I think I had that saved where Kanye did that. Like where he put this quote out about how he was a god and all that stuff. Hang on. A lot of times when I think I'm saving it to this page, I'm actually saving it to another. So let me see. But yeah, Kanye has lost his damn mind. No doubt about it. Let me see if I can find it. What Kanye said. He's crazy as hell, y'all. I thought I saved it, but I don't think I did. Because I think I played everything that I saved for you all for this subject. But that's a rabbit hole we'll go down another time. That's a whole Lost People Act. Let me put my glasses on, you all. I took my glasses off for a minute. Let me put them back on so I can read them. That is what lost people act like. Yes, absolutely. He claims to be a man of God. He's not a man of God. Miss Daisy, I will be spilling tea tomorrow live at 7. I will be there, Miss Diamonds. Put your link out, Miss Diamonds, so everybody can go over there and sub up to you, honey. Put your link out to your live stream, Miss Diamonds. Everybody go over and sub up to Diamonds and give her some love. You all please pray for Sleuth Fairy. She is very sick right now. Y'all, I have been sick, or I haven't had a chance to check on her, but I'm going to check on her. And please, let's pray for her, because she's one of our little family over here, and it's called an MK Ultra, and we definitely got to pray for her. Here is Diamond's link to her live tomorrow, if anybody wants to go over there and check her out. And y'all, please pray for Soul Water. I haven't heard from her in a long time, and I know her mom was sick with cancer. I hope she's okay. Pray for Marita too, y'all. She had COVID not too long ago, and I haven't, even though me and Marita have different political views, I still love her. And there's been a lot going on in Philadelphia, and she's also had COVID, but we still love her over here. She's part of the farm fam, and Soulwater is too. And so, yeah, it's our governor and how he has been called out and having to do with Trump's attempt assassination. Oh, really? Wow. Yeah, where is Christine, y'all? She called me earlier and I didn't get a chance to get back with her. Dom Defer. I've not seen Dom either. Where are you, Dom? We need you over here on the farm. All our sisters aren't here. I know. I miss everybody, and I'm sorry that I don't get to go live all the time, you all. But I work, and I do want to spend time with you guys, and I try to bring things as important. I would like to cover some of the Megan Boswell case as well. Go over, a lot of that too in the Megan Boswell case. Um, of what else has been going on with that case as well. Yes, prayers for Marita, Soul Water, yes. Um, Sleuth Fairy, all of our little people that we love so much over here. And I have tried to back away a little bit from the kids' cases because they're so heartbreaking. I've not been covering a lot of true crime kids cases. I feel like that all the other people kind of cover that. We really need to focus on what's going on in our world right now and what's happening with our government, what's happened with our children, which leads back to these cases because I do believe a lot of these children in these cases have been trafficked. Unfortunately, with little Evelyn Boswell, I think that she was unalived by her mom or her mom's boyfriend. I do believe the man was involved in it. Oh, they're on a verdict watch? Oh, I'm curious to see what they give her. I hope she gets life without the possibility of parole. And I do think that the other guy, the guy that she was dating, I think he was involved somehow, y'all. I do. I might be wrong. That's just my opinion. But I do think, I really believe Megan Boswell's got some demons, y'all. Look at her when she smiles. Like, she does not even look sane. Like, she looks evil. Anybody that could talk about the murder of her little, 15-month-old baby girl and smile and have a smug smile on her face lets you know that that is got a very evil entity inside of her. And I do believe she was the one that did that to little Evelyn. I actually saw more pretty graphic pictures on Facebook of the blankets and stuff of little Evelyn, and it's just horrific with the little one. I mean, the way they treated her little body, the way they did her, I seen a little glance of where a woman that was taking care of Evelyn um had said that Megan never had that baby clean. That baby was always hungry, always dirty, always smelt really bad. Like, she just should have gave that baby away. That she should have just gave that baby away. You mean isn't it Nathan? Not Ethan. I think it's Nathan. Ethan was the baby's alleged dad, but Nathan is the boyfriend, right? And I really believe he had something to do with it, y'all. I don't know if he did the unaliving or if he took the baby and, well, did they ever confirm the baby was alive or dead? They stuffed it when she stuffed it in the trash. I don't know if they ever really came out and said it. Hunter. Okay, yes, Hunter. I thought it was Nathan, but it's not. It's Hunter. Hunter was her boyfriend. He's the one that's in the mental hospital that's schizophrenic. Um, but did they ever determine whether the baby was alive when she was stuck in the garbage? I've never really heard that like confirmed. I've heard it on these YouTube streets, but I've not heard it confirmed that she was alive when they stuffed her down in that. She was alive. So Megan thought she was dead? Is that what it is? Megan thought she was dead and she wasn't? She was alive. She was still alive when she was put in the trash. Oh my God. That poor little baby. I wonder if they broke her, her little neck when they stuffed her down in there like that. She was a beautiful baby. That's a sad case. She had foil in her lungs. I was talking to someone the other day that said that that man, the boyfriend, the hunter guy, was obsessed with tinfoil. That like when he would put tinfoil on his head and act like he was talking to like um people from another world. I heard something like that. He was obsessed with tinfoil. So he had to have had something to do with it. The baby had foil in her lungs, even though it was one mention once mentioned. Someone on the stand said it would have been hard for Evelyn to breathe. Sounded like she was alive. Oh yeah. Foil in her throat. 4 types of asphyxiation. I'm not sure. I don't think that foil could have gotten her lungs, but it could have been in her throat blocking her airway. Yeah, unless it was little tiny pieces of foil that got in her lungs. It could have been. It could have been little tiny pieces of foil that broke off and went into her lungs. She didn't have foil in lungs or throat. Foil in her mouth. A lot of people are saying, I don't know, we'll have to go over it and see. Yes, and then whoever shoved her down in there, they like pushed her so hard that her little head. Oh, I'm sure the Lord took that baby fast. I think the Lord probably had mercy on the baby. Maybe the baby was unconscious and Evelyn or Megan thought she was still or was deceased because the way she talked, it sounded like to me that Evelyn thought she or Megan thought she was deceased. What the truck? Oh, yeah. So I don't know how they know she was alive. Who is Evelyn's bio dad? Because Ethan said he was not the father. Yeah, they did a DNA on him and he was not the father. So we don't know. Megan's the only one that knows. Yeah, she's pure evil. Pure evil. She's the only one that knows. And her attorney's calling the baby a it. Of course. The attorneys that represents them devils are just as bad as them devils. They're keeping her bio dad private. It's sad. Yes, it is. Coroner definitely said baby Evelyn was alive when placed in the trash can. So sad. That is so, so sad. So tomorrow morning is a verdict watch. Is that what y'all are saying? A verdict watch is tomorrow morning. We'll definitely have to cover that and see what's going on with that thing because it's sad. It's just sad. Her attorney sucks. Daisy, thank you for covering this. We need more channels to cover things happening in the United States. Thank you, Miss Diamonds. Thank you. And y'all going over to Diamonds and sub up. She's gonna be talking some more about this stuff. Y'all, we need to be outraged. We need to want our money back. Americans need to have their money back. We need to get some of our money back or let it go to a good cause. Like send it somewhere. Like send it to California for the people in the wildfires. Send it to North Carolina. Send it to American people. I don't care to take care of our own country, but daggone, to be sending it to other countries for stupid stuff, especially hurting little cats and stuff like that. These people are evil. But listen, y'all, I want to thank you all for coming out and joining me tonight. Y'all stay prayed up. Y'all stay safe out here on these YouTube streets. Hey, Miss Auntie Sherry. How are you, Auntie Sherry? I might come back and just do a regular chit chat live after a while. I don't know, y'all. I got a lot to do tomorrow. I'll definitely do a live tomorrow evening a little later. But I did want to cover this DOGE with Elon Musk and let everybody know. If you've not hit that subscribe button, please hit that subscribe button and consider becoming a member of the Crime Crazy Critters on the Farm. I love you all. Until next time, y'all take care. Like I said, stay prayed up, stay safe out here on these YouTube streets. They're gangster. And God bless y'all. Bye, everybody. Love you.